Hello and welcome back, everyone, for another episode of the Natonefox with Phoenix Firestar. Still my birthday, and I'm still playing Pokemon. Because honestly, only a couple minutes have passed. Phoenix, this is Bernie. Been in any battles lately? I just won another one today. I'm on a roll. Yeah, we'll see ya. Sorry, I kind of lost myself for a second there because I opened up this letter that had my name on it and says, "You're behind on payments to your son's insurance." I'm like, but I didn't sign him up for this insurance. I was like, oh, right. I think my mom did it. But she's worried he was going to fall out of coverage there for a little bit. So I got to track that down and end it. Which I'm not entirely sure how to because I didn't sign him up for it. Probably used her own email or something. Anyway, I would like more time to do things like stream, write, do different kind of creative activities and stuff. Oh, come on! Quit lowering my accuracy. I gotta go back and see Eternity Grandma again. I just got back over here too. Yeah, just a little bit away from that goal though. I still need what is it? 23 followers. Which is the hardest part about that, but I'm getting there. Since I rebranded and started playing D&D on the channel, I've gotten that number up quite a bit. I've been moving in that good direction. I would like to use it so I can do things like focus on my writing and everything. And designing my tabletop games and other board games I want to make. I'm working on some where one it's like modern, a bit harder, a little more gritty. Where you have to figure out what it is you're hunting and why there are what it is that you're hunting, and then set up how you're going to engage with it before you actually engage with it. And if you're wrong about what it is by going through the context clues of what's going on in the situation, it can completely throw off your hunt and screw you over and make it more difficult rather than helping you. Like Iron Tail has like a 95% accuracy or something. Anyway, it's kind of ridiculous that it's got fairly decent accuracy, but I can't hit nothing. Oh, 75. So no, it's like a 25% less accurate than Headbutt. But still. Ugh. I feel like it misses a lot more than 25% of the time. Probably doesn't deserve to have that low of an accuracy either. Then there's another one I'm working on that's gonna be like, all the players start out as like a type of monster that's like real basic, and as they hunt other monsters or whatever, they get like specific points that they can use to buy specific skills based on what it is that they hunt and take down. Like eating a lot of creatures that rely on like magical power will get you like a lot of magical evolution points, which you can use to to evolve your creature to have those kind of traits. I'm also working on this like turn-based strategy card game, where everyone gets like a blank like lab, and they get two randomly assigned, or they'll get like a number of randomly assigned cards from both a head researcher and head of security stack of cards, and they get to pick which ones they want to have. And each one will have like a different strengths or weaknesses or different specialties when it comes to what they do. That can affect how your company is ran. But what it is it's the zombie apocalypse. And so you have to have your head of security have his men prevent any zombies from getting through to the research team and protect your warehouses or your little factories within your lab. And the factories in your lab will provide you with other boosts as long as they're active, depending on which ones you get at the beginning of the game, because you can choose, well, I want to have this. It's all like what your company started with, or what your company's focus was before the zombie apocalypse. Like, you could have like a weapons testing facility where you can manufacture like weapons and stuff. Hey, Kit, welcome back. Which might increase like the amount of damage that your security troops do. Or, you know, different stuff like that. Or one that has like that might give you a different amount of points depending on what kind of things that your company might have focused on, and you can like double up on certain ones to increase the bonus that you get. And like, so like, there's a deck of cards that will determine like what kind of creature or what kind of infected attack your base or your lab. And every turn, the zombies move as quickly as they can towards the closest living target that is not completely surrounded. Or if they're equidistant, one of the opposing players can choose. We'll say like one of the opposing players, like the opposing player to the right of you gets to choose what direction they go in. Woohoo! Another evolution. And like the researchers will have like different areas of expertise. And while all the players kind of work together to try to develop a cure, they're also trying to like bump each other out because they're like, oh well, if I'm the one, or if we're the ones who help cure the infection, then we can clearly be the ones tasked with the rebuilding society and help and generate all this revenue. You know, it's like you're working together, but you're also trying to sabotage one another. Like, if you try to do it by yourself, it's going to be incredibly difficult. But if you... like, whoever has, like, the most points at the end of the game wins, sort of thing. They'll be the company that is selected to help oversee the rebuilding of society. Or whatever, and you can, like, send off some of your soldiers on recon missions to bring back citizens and stuff like that, and you can retask those citizens to train to work in one of your warehouses in case you lost, like, the like every warehouse you have will have like a little NPC, you know, foreman who runs that warehouse or factory or whatever. And if you lose him, it stops functioning and will no longer provide you with the bonus that it did previously. So by losing him, it debuffs you. But if you save citizens, and then you can have them trained to replace missing foremen or missing security if you've lost security members. So you have to provide points to fight back, to research the infection, or you can use those research points to have the government send you, like, bigger or better machines. So it's all about balancing your research points and stuff into buying, upgrading, or actually doing the research to the contributing that research to the virus. Because at the end of the turn, whatever you don't use gets contributed into the total research at the end of each round, and then the players get to decide collectively as a group how to spend the collective research points researching the virus. But you can use your research points to try to purchase cards that might let you try to sabotage the other players, or you provide yourself with specialized boosts and stuff like that. There's also going to be like another one I'm going to be working on where it's like you have to start up a company during medieval times, and you have to try to find specific resources to build on. And then have those resources, the raw resources, processed into usable goods to make more money. Like you'll get a entrepreneur or an artisan who might have like a specific thing that he's real good at, like so you'll own like a small business that can so they can have like different like specialties like wood carving or blacksmithing. Which is good, but then you might not get, or like you can find you might not be able to get the resources that your guy specializes in. So then you're forced to buy those resources from other players to try to get better. Instead of having raw resources to sell, you're selling like processed or crafted goods, which is worth a lot more than just the raw materials. It's like there'll be at times where like event cards are drawn that might change the influence of how the market values these goods. Or might decrease the amount of goods you receive from certain resource points. Like a drought card reduces the amount of resources provided by farmlands that specialize in produce. But it won't affect like farms that produce like meat or animal product. And they have to set up like trade routes and everything. And the person with the most powerful empire at the end of the game wins, or like taxes continue to increase every so many turns, and then like the people, when they're unable to pay them, get eliminated from the game. And so it has like an evolving market and split system and everything, and you have to worry about how quickly you can deliver those goods and where you can take them and everything. And like you have to explore the kingdom yourself to discover these the resources, and lay claim to them and everything. But I need time to like sit down and actually work on that stuff, and I just don't have time to do that with, work. Come on. Come on, kicking chicken. I hate this increases evasiveness in sandstorms tactic. You use sand shrew. There we go. I mean, it's a viable strategy, but I hate you using it against me. No, I don't need another nap. Old lady's rest stop. Come in and rest your tired bones. Now that did next to nothing. You don't need to blow up at me like that, Baltoy. Jeez. See, like I said, all the time, now that I caught it, the 6% cacnea is showing up constantly. But when I needed it for my Pokedex, it takes me 2 hours to run into one of them. Perhaps you can excuse me if I find it all just a little bit ridiculous. I should have just left Mirage Tower up, to be honest. Well, I have also kind of wanted to do, like, the social experiment of just having 2 different D&D groups run through the same campaign, but not have them affect each other's world. Just let their choices affect their worlds. And see just how divergent those 2 campaigns get. Or even more than just two, like have like 5 different parties run the same campaign. Just to see how things go. Or see how varied those campaigns get to one another. As now it's hitting consistently. Beginning to get lost in the swirling of the sands. It's the desert madness setting in. Like, I'm trying to come up with my own like tabletop system too. Like, I want to restructure some of these things so they're a bit more unique or a bit more like what they're supposed to be. Like, one thing I want to do is remove how... The way I want bards to work is they have, like, a AoE effects when they perform that can buff allies or debuff enemies. Or they can perform actual, like, attacks using, like, sonic damage from like sound and everything. Which I think would be amazing. And like, what was the other one I wanted to change? How it worked. But then another one I was looking at, and I'm like, nah, that just... It doesn't feel right for what it's supposed to be. Yeah, Kit, this is honestly like the best place to train. Even though it's very annoying because at this point in the game, the next gym leader is your father. But his gym is like the first gym you walk into, like right outside the starting area. So there's like nowhere else to train to level up your Pokemon to fight your dad. So there's just not a lot of good choices when it comes to that around here. Yeah, there's another one I was wanting to change how they work. What was it? I'm sure I'll think of it at some point, but like, and then I wanted to make like a fencer class who don't deal a lot of damage, like just like straight up direct damage. But when they hit, they apply like bleed tokens to an opponent. And they can expend those bleed tokens to perform stronger maneuvers or attacks on that specific target. So they're pretty much just like a duelist class. And that allows them to like build up on a target and be able to deal massive amounts of damage to them. Which I thought I would also apply to things like werewolves and vampires. Like some of the predatory creatures. And I wanted to change up how the crafting system worked and have like a fully fleshed out crafting system. Yeah. I don't have it.
Oh. Then Dr. Pepper?
You don't really need one.
Can I have one?
They're not good for you.
I know, but I've been drinking water for over 10 days.
Don't talk.
Fine. But seriously, I've been drinking water for over 10 days.
You should be drinking water a lot more than that.
I want you to know that I've been having water for like maybe 6 whole water bottles a day.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have.
You aren't going through 6 bottles a day. No, you're not.
Yes, I have.
No.
You never know what I drink at school. Also,
You're not going through 6 bottles, I can tell you that.
Also, Daddy, they make you pay for water. Can you believe that?
No, they don't. There's a water fountain.
No, they make you pay for water at lunch.
I mean, yeah, because they have to pay for it.
I know.
But of course, they'd make you pay for it too.
Just saying, it'd be nicer if they gave us some free waters sometimes. Because I don't like drinking chocolate milk constantly. I don't drink strawberry and Legro milk, okay?
I can't blame you there, but like the school milk tastes like cardboard. And chocolate milk is the only one with any sort of taste that can allow you to get around that.
Exactly. So, which is why I really want them to give out free water because it tastes like cardboard. Except for the chocolate. Chocolate one is...
I don't think that'd scare him, Kit. He was saying, let you know that, it's all fine and dandy now when you're a kid, but one day you're going to wake up when you're 22 and all of a sudden you're going to have a pot belly when your metabolism slows down. Your ability to process foods and stuff.
What's that?
I don't know.
Is it the water down? Oh,
Maybe. Kit, you are still real skinny.
we shall use crunch on you. Okay. I guess I can't use crunch on you. So you have to have 3 airons
For what?
to complete the Pokedex.
No.
Yeah.
I only need to have one that evolved from an Aeron into an Aggron.
And then there's another evolution after that.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that is.
It's Aeron, Lairon, Aggron, and then that is it.
Yeah.
No Pokemon has more than 3 evolutionary stages. And I only need the one Aeron and level it up to get all 3 in the Pokedex.
But you're putting all of the ones, or all of them, in a box for Pokedex order.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to do a living dex right now.
Hmm?
For right now, what I'm doing is I'm completing the Pokedex in each game. And then once I've done that, I'm going back.
All
and
the way
breeding...
back to Gen 1?
Yeah, but I've already beaten the games. I haven't deleted the save files. And I'm going to breed what I am missing to form a living dex from the Pokemon that come from their native regions only, or the earliest possible region.
Yeah.
I mean, Bastiodon's line might have eventually evolved into the Aeron line. So it is possible, but Kit, you also kind of like viewed Generation 4 as like the be-all version of every Pokemon game. Because that's when your precious Lucario came about. Hey, what? Don't spit factual statements about you back at you?
Yeah. Why do you have so much scenes?
Huh?
I said, why do you have so much scenes?
Oh, because one's just for console gaming, which is if I'm using like my GameCube or PlayStation 4. So it's yeah, so it's set up specifically for that. PC gaming is for when I'm streaming a game I'm playing on my computer.
Like what?
I don't know if I was just playing a game that's on my PC, like Monster Hunter Stories.
Oh, but that's on your Switch.
I have a copy on my Switch too.
And then the Pokemon Master Deck and
The Master Dex, the scene is set up differently because I have all this writing here and stuff that denotes my progress in the Pokemon games. I didn't say you didn't start with another game. I'm just saying, like, you know. Gen 4 is like your idle game. It's got your Lucario in it.
Also, when do you get Lucario?
For some reason, it withheld that message for odd reasons. Thinking it meant something it didn't. I don't know what you were doing with the Lucario and your Zangoose, but apparently the Switch didn't like what it was. Now, what were you saying?
I said, what gen do you get Lucario at?
Gen 4. It was introduced in Gen 4.
Oh, that's my favorite Gen 4 Pokemon. I kept on thinking it was Gen 30.
No.
And then after I heard it wasn't in Gen 3, nobody told me after that, so I was like, oh, then it's...
I know, but don't you play
totally Gen
most of the
5.
Pokemon games to, like, towards the end and then never actually beat them because you don't want it to end? When I'm talking to Kit, he's like, I still haven't beaten a Gen 4 game. I'm like, don't you put off beating, like, any Pokemon game just about because you don't want it to really end?
Wait, there's a Gen 3 movie?
There's movies for every generation.
Oh.
Pokemon, the first movie was the Mewtwo movie that came out in Gen 1.
Yeah. Oh, and then
there's
Pokemon
2000.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a Gen 3 movie.
Every generation has had movies. Except for... No, the last one had a movie, I think. Right? Yeah, it had a movie.
Gen was that?
Gen 8. Because we're still on Gen 9. They don't have a movie yet, I don't think.
Yeah, they don't have a movie. But I didn't... Wait, what? There was a movie for Gen 8.
Yep.
And you never told me?
There were several. There was like Zarude and Secret of the Jungle.
Oh. I've seen that. But I seriously thought that was maybe like Gen 7. Or Gen 8. I was stuck between Gen 7 and Gen 8, so.
And then,
I was like, okay, it's Gen 7.
they did the... I think they also, for that one, they had like the I Choose You movie and the...
I thought the I Choose You movie was Gen 1.
No, it was about Gen 1. It was a retelling, but it came out during the previous generation.
Oh. It's still Gen 1.
No.
Yes.
No,
It's
because
a
they have
Gen-
Pokemon from all the gens in it, except for Gen 9.
It did? I did not know. Alright, number one, I really need to train my Pokemon.
Yeah, you do.
Because all of them are like in the 40s and 30s and 20s and 16s.
And you keep putting off training.
And even in the ones. Like this. Keep on putting off the training.
Mm-hmm.
For other games. The TV. And yeah, you know.
Stupid self-destruct.
Self-destruct doesn't always kill your Pokemon.
No, it doesn't kill my Pokemon, but it's annoying and it does a lot of damage.
Or at least that first guy in Pokemon Coliseum, when the alarm goes off, and you have to fight the people before you can actually move on to the next part of the story. He uses self-destruct, and it kills my Pokemon instantly.
If your Pokemon's about the same level as something that uses self-destruct, it will generally knock you out.
I think his was level 40.
There's like a few exceptions, but generally it will knock you out.
Yeah. Now time to go. Heal. Need to go heal. Get out of my way, okay? Do that. Get out of my way, Makahira. Yes, I finally get to go ahead and heal my Pokemon. Yay!
I don't think I get Blaze Kick either until Combustion evolves.
Wait, really? Wait a minute. Wait.
Quit playing with things.
Wait. How do you play Hey You Pikachu?
You have to have the microphone for it. And it's not really a game that you beat necessarily. No, I don't have the mic for it.
It's not old game.
Pokemon Stadium 1, 2, and Majora's Mask, I believe.
Oh god. Hey, I want to play Zelda.
Yeah, I was barely aware you've even beaten a Pokemon game.
What?
Let alone 2. All I know is a lot of times you'll be like, hey, I'll hold off on playing this game. You bring me a Riolu first and trade it to me.
Just give me my Torchic and my Mudkip that I need.
I don't have one to give you.
Can't you breed?
No, I've gone over this with you. I can't. It would require a female starter, which I do not have. Or a Ditto, which does not exist in any of the Gen 3 games except for Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald. To get it in Emerald, I have to beat the game first.
Can I get it off of Pokemon XD?
No, you don't get Ditto in those games.
No, I'm talking about Mudkip and
No.
Torchic.
They're not in there.
So they give you the Gen 2 starters? It's not the Gen 3?
They wouldn't give you the Gen 3 starters because it's a Gen 3 game, and you already have the Gen 3 starters because you played Gen 3. They give you the Gen 2 starters because you have no way to get the Gen 2 starters.
Then how are we supposed to get the Gen 1 starters?
Supposed to train with other people, trade with other people. Yeah, how am I confusing you?
Huh?
It said I was confusing them. I was just saying that I it, like you don't talk a lot about you beating the Pokemon games. I said all I know mostly is just that you tell me to breed you a Riolu for each game so you can use it as your starter.
I want to add this sound to him. I have already beaten the Elite Four in Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, I was telling him that, or he was telling me I needed to breed him the starters for the Hoenn region. And I told him I can't do that. That requires you to have a female version of that Pokemon to get the egg for that species. Or you need a Ditto. And in Gen 3, you can't get a Ditto in Ruby or Sapphire. You can only get it in Fire Red, Leaf Green, or Pokemon Emerald. And when you get it in Emerald, you have to beat the Elite Four first.
Oh, then beat the Elite Four.
You're not there yet. You'll have to wait for me to beat the game.
I can't wait this long.
And he goes, then I'll just catch them in Coliseum or XD Gale of Darkness. I was like, you can't get the Gen 3 starters in Gale of Darkness or Coliseum or Ditto in them. Because they're not available in that one. He goes, then why can't I catch the Gen 2 Pokemon? Because I was like, because you can already get the Gen 3 Pokemon in Gen 3. They gave you the Gen 2 starters because you can't get them anywhere else in Gen 3. They were giving you Pokemon you did not have access to.
Also, for this, it's the Pro 64 controller, it says, which was made by somebody else.
Oh, the Mad Catz, the big fat one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is an actual Nintendo clear purple.
Not a fake one?
No, it's just that Mad Catz, the big thick one.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's a different company. The transfer packs only worked in an official Nintendo controller.
Why?
So you'd have to buy that one.
But why would you want to?
So you could use the transfer pack for Pokemon Stadium.
Hey, I didn't know there was a little black thing. What's that black thing?
Don't worry about it.
Can I push it?
No. Just don't. Why do you have to push and touch and poke and prod everything till it breaks?
Plus I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I not.
It's all you do.
It is not all I do. It's all you do.
Yeah, I remember when he was younger, I just gave him a controller that wasn't plugged in and let him play with that.
I think I still might remember that.
No, because you never noticed.
No, I'm pretty sure I noticed. At least from my memory.
No, you never did.
Well, I do remember you giving me a controller to do something with it. But I never figured out what to do with it.
Yeah, because you just wanted to mash the buttons. You didn't even really care that you were whether or not you were really playing or not. You just wanted to hit the buttons.
Button, button, button. Ooh, there's a button right here. Button, 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 button. I bet I didn't even touch the little joystick thing.
Yeah, the grinding is hard. That's why I have the lucky egg. Which is why I recommend to Leon he beat XD or Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness first, because when you beat Gale of Darkness, there is a side quest that gives you a lucky egg.
Oh, like to be like that.
And you can get the lucky egg in Gen 2. It's just really hard to get it, and you don't get it until like after you beat the game.
Is it also for the little cartridges of it?
Yeah. Which is why I recommended that he not try to complete the Pokedex in the first run through, and just that he play the game normal with a regular team of 6. Because then when he decides to complete the Pokedex, he can go back and get the lucky egg off of the Chanseys.
Chances.
Yep.
Also, I still need to figure out how to push the little switch for the valley for Pokemon Snap.
I mean, I didn't like fighting the Audinos over and over and over because that just gave you HP EVs, and that means your Pokemon won't be dealing any damage. They just become HP tanks like a Blissey. Not that I don't love Blissey, because I do.
Wait, time to try together. We'll eat.
After I started to, like, explain it to you.
Huh?
He's like, well, I never cared about EVs until the last 2 generations. And I was like, until I started explaining it to you.
EVs.
Effort values. You don't need to worry about that. Wait until you actually get used to the regular gameplay before you start worrying about that sort of stuff.
Huh? I still have no idea what you said.
They're EVs are effort values.
What are effort values used for? Huh?
I do too, but like giving them all just straight HP kind of like ruins them for combat. I'll teach you at some point once you get used to the regular games. But it's essentially enhanced training for more competitive play of Pokemon.
Really?
Yeah, giving you a bit of information about it. That whenever you knock out a Pokemon, you get effort values. And different Pokemon provide different kinds or different amounts of effort values depending on what they are.
Yeah.
And that determines how fast certain stats grow.
Also, all I'm doing is battling Elite for XP. Listen, it's the fastest way. To me. Right?
Yeah, there's a lot of numbers running in the back of Pokemon games.
That was... Oh, come on! Can you please stop missing your spark? Because you just died because of it. Alright, Sviper, your turn.
Maybe. I think a lot of them are more willing to put in like the hard work of understanding and studying something.
What are IVs?
IVs are inherited values, which determines how fast certain stats for a Pokemon grows naturally. Those values are predetermined and set, and those cannot be changed.
Oh.
Recent games have introduced like the bottle cap and the golden bottle cap, which enhances your Pokemon stats as if they were maxed IV'd. However, because those are not, it does not actually change the value, those values would never be passed on in any of the, when they're bred. Because if you breed a Pokemon, they have a chance to pass on their stats to their kids. Yes, James's obsession was actually worth it. There were people in the Pokemon games, if you gave them a bottle cap, they would raise one of your Pokemon stats to be as if it was max IV. This is only like in the last 2 generations, I think, that this existed. And then golden bottle caps would raise all their stats as if they were perfect IV'd.
All he's doing is lowering my attack, or lowering my accuracy, not even attacking.
So essentially, overall, it's just a way that allows you to quantify your Pokemon's training.
Oh,
Is what IVs and EVs did.
come on.
Kid, the bottle caps are like the least complicated thing about IV and EV training. It was pretty much just tender to go, I would like this Pokemon's IV raised to perfect, please. And they're like, okay, that'll be like 1 bottle cap per stat, or 1 golden bottle cap for all of them.
Dude, why she was like, oh, that's too complicated. It wasn't too complicated.
Because Kit gets overwhelmed by stuff easily. You do too.
No, I don't.
He was sticking up for you, mister.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
Where?
Up there, he was saying, tell him it's okay. Like, see right there, it says, tell Leon that this stuff is hard for adults to understand, too.
It's not hard for me to understand.
I'm sorry, Kit. It looks like you don't have any allies here on that one. He's just being the little antagonist that he is.
Alright, Uno Reverse. Which I need to find, which might be... It is not, of course. Why do I never have an Uno Reverse when I need one? How's Grandpa?
Did you finish studying?
Yes.
You doing your homework?
Yes. That's why Grandma let me free. Listen. How do you get 2 Reese's cups?
Because during the Christmas Secret Santa thing, I keep getting the Reese packages for some reason. I don't know, I just do. It's random, but I keep ending up with the Reese's Christmas holiday bundle thing.
What if you to end up with it again, can you please give it to me?
No,
Or no, just the cups?
no.
Why?
You'd end up breaking them.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd end up breaking them like everything else.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Should I remind you what you've done to your DSs?
What DSs?
Let's see. You left one out of state at a park or something.
No.
You dropped one
In the car.
If it was in the car, you guys would have found it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Or it'd still be in there, and it's not.
Then my sister probably took it out and threw it in the lake. And she was probably like, he
No, they
doesn't
said you were
need
playing
that."
with it at the park. Was the last time
What?
they saw you with it. So you probably left it at a park somewhere.
No, I put it back in the car.
And then you dropped one in the sink.
Please don't tell everybody about the toilet one.
And then you dropped one in the toilet.
No! Alright, that is cap. That is so cap.
And then you kept dropping my Pikachu fat one, and it's broke.
No, it was already broken.
It was already a little messed up, but you finished it off.
No, I did not.
Yes, it was. It just had like a sticky pad on it or whatever. Like, left trigger button was a little sticky or something, and it wouldn't work. That wouldn't work very well. But it still worked overall, and you finished it off.
I did not. In fact, how did it get sticky?
And then you ruined the controller pads on your Switch.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. We had to buy you new ones.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Look how fine my Switch pads are.
Those are the new ones.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they are.
I've never had old ones.
Yes, we did.
Oh, sorry, broken that thing off.
Yeah, you broke that off. You broke off the kickstands.
Somehow.
These are replacement Joy-Cons.
They are?
Because you broke the original ones.
They are?
Yes.
Let me check this. Oh, so this blue one
'Cause you
is already getting
You
roughed
tore
up.
the strip off there. That entire black
Oh,
strip.
yeah. And I still have that controller.
Then why are you saying you didn't?
So no one would know about it?
No, you forgot.
So can I please play Monster Hunter?
We're playing Pokemon right now. I said you could play Monster Hunter when if I was playing Monster.
But you never,
I'm not.
and you're never gonna.
No, I will play it again at some point.
Yeah, some point. Like a billion years later. Yeah, maybe fully on the Schmuggle. Of course I don't have Schmuggle Schmuggle. Bruh. Earthquake. I got the last hit on him. If you.
At some point, I'd like to get enough people together to play a whole party worth of player characters in Baldur's Gate 3.
Huh? What?
Cut back on the high-pitched squeals, mister. What did I just say? Don't make me get you to write sentences.
Just let me do it for a little bit longer,
No.
please.
No.
Please.
No.
I will do anything to.
No.
Yes. Yes.
Nope. I actually do need to finish like my Shadow of War playthrough.
Eh? You mean you still haven't finished?
No, I got towards like the end, sort of like one of the more heavily grinded parts of the game.
Yeah. And then I finally beat Gen 2.
No, it was like after I cleaned my room and rearranged the furniture and everything over there on that side.
Yeah.
My all my CDs for my Xbox went missing. All my Xbox games went missing.
Yeah, that's true. And you still haven't found it, right?
Nope. Stop playing with that with your. Stop putting your feet on my stuff. Stop unless
It's
you want
not on there.
to. Stop, or else you're gonna end up writing sentences.
My feet is.
No.
Urgh.
What did I just say?
I'm not trying to. I wish it would automatically send my last Pokemon out. It's super annoying.
What did I say about the high-pitched squealing and noises, mister?
Not high pitch.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
No, no.
Yeah.
Ow, ow, ow. Okay. I won't do it anymore. I just hate bugs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's the spot. Ah. Oh yeah, that's definitely the spot. Oh, okay. That wasn't high pitched. Now that one was not high pitched.
Yeah, but you're doing it to try to annoy. Leon, sentences,
No.
and cut it out.
I really want to play that Zelda game.
And it's like one of the hardest Zelda games.
It is?
Yes.
And I haven't even played the first one. In fact, what even is the first one?
The Legend of Zelda.
I know, but like, what console is it on?
I think it was Super Nintendo.
Eh. Is it on my Switch too?
It's emulated on the Switch.
I know, but do I have the thing for it?
The online, I don't think so.
Well, I know I have 2 online ones. Which I think...
Right, now I gotta go get him unpoisoned.
Huh?
I have to go unpoison Flash.
I carry antidotes on me everywhere I go.
I don't, because it's a waste of money.
It is not. At least grab Max potions.
That is also a pretty
waste
big
of
waste of money.
It is not.
See, look, I can run all the way over here and just have him healed without using up the item.
I mean, if there wasn't a close Pokemon Center near you.
There's always one pretty close.
Not really.
Yes, really.
My Pokemon always dies whenever I go there.
That's because you wear them out to the very dregs of their health.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I'm like, oh, mine's poisoned or mine's getting down to about half health. I should probably go heal it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, oh, well, mine's all the way down to 1 HP. I guess I better go heal now.
Oh, that is not me.
Yeah, it is.
It is not me. At least wait till it's like just like see subtitles help. At least wait till it's like right about here.
Yeah, that's like full HP.
I know.
You do not go and heal them when they're down, when they're up that much HP.
Now I do. What do I hear fast stomping?
Huh?
I hear fast stomping.
Stupid invasive sand shrew and sandstorms. Always dodging my attacks. How dare you! I'm gonna save real quick. Ooh. I think I think I need like a more powerful fan in here. This computer puts off a lot of heat. And I also gotta get a new, more memory for it. Supposedly, we got, you know, AC running. No. We don't have a window unit. It's not covered. It's like right here, right next between my desk and this cabinet display case. This is Isaac. Are you raising your Pokemon the optimal way? There's clean where I am. It's the perfect environment for raising Pokemon. If you're going to focus on raising Pokemon, you should come out to Route 117. Take care now. Is that an invitation to battle? I don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think you were inviting me to come out and rebattle you. No one ever wants to rebattle me. Hey, they don't challenge you in Emerald until, like, the end. And then they start calling you for rebattles. Sand in my eyes. Ooh. And the music in Pokemon's always so good. I don't think I got too many Pokemon left. I also have to train up. We're moving on to the next gym later. I know after I did this and then completed the Master Dex challenge, I kind of wanted to do the... go back and try and get a full Master Dex shiny. Which would be difficult to do. The only reason why grinding takes so long during this part is because of the sandstorm. How about that? Like, your father's gym does not have anywhere to train around it. I hate when they do that. They make you backtrack to a gym, so there's just nowhere to really train for it. Like with Giovanni in Gen 1, it was a little different. Because, you know, you could always go running off to, like, the Seafoam Islands or the power plant. Or even the area, like, right outside of Victory Road. Ooh. Ooh. So, you know, there were places to train. Look, you literally had, like, the whole map to choose from for training. When it's, like, halfway through like this desert is the only place you got. It's just a drain on the resources, just with all the Sandshrew having the increased evasion, the sandstorm causing damage to you every turn. What am I kicking? It's my little hairspray ball. Yeah, the Versus Seeker and like the rebattle system make it easier to get experience points, and then so like they've made the grinding a lot easier as time has gone on, and like with Gen 5 you had like the Autonos everywhere that would be like increased experience points. Ugh. And then with the experience share changes. Like, honestly, I don't really care too much for like the breeding changes they made in Gen 9. Because used to, it was like one of my favorite like pastime hobbies was just, you know, working on breeding like perfect IV'd Pokemon. Thank you for the follow, Fresh Prince of Galair. Thank you for the follow. And welcome. I appreciate the support. But like, it's just not as hands-on. You can't tell when the eggs are there, when they're not, unless you're constantly checking in on or clicking on it. There's like some kind of like visual notation that'd be a little different, or if you know you could go out and do other things. While you're waiting on eggs to be bred, that'd be fantastic. Or running around to hatch said eggs. I'm doing all right. I was just, you know, trying to catch up a little bit. I've been trying to do this Master Dex challenge, and I just had this big gap sitting here where I haven't done anything on it for a while. Because I've been too focused on other things. And I was like, yeah, I should probably get back to that then. Because I haven't done this in forever. Ah, great. Don't you just love it when they blow themselves up? Just like the Chaozu. But yeah, other than that, just trying to enjoy my vacation. Catching a bit up on some of these wayward streams. Lost the time. And I remember what I was doing fairly easily, at least. Yeah, I'm trying to play through all the gens and do a complete Pokedex for each generation worth of Pokemon. Eventually leading up to me doing a Living Master Dex. Is the plan, and I really wanted to do it before the bank closes. However, if they want to put all these games over onto the Switch, which I've been waiting for them to do, even if it's like you have to pay for it, I'd pay for them again. Like, I think the best way for them to do that is to release them in like sets. Like in this one, you get Gens 1 and 2. Then in this one, you get Gen 3 games. Then in this one, you get Gen 4 games. Because with Gen 1 and 2, that get you about 6 games, which is about the average number of games per generation-ish. Like, not even a remake. Like, if they just took these original cartridge games and moved all that information onto, like, a Switch cartridge or whatever, I'd be happy. And they just do, like, Gens 1 and 2 on one of them. I give you red, blue, yellow, gold, silver, and crystal. And then the next one would be the Gen 3 games, which would be Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green. And then they released the Gen 4, which would be Ruby, Sapphire, or Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Yeah, a lot of people were expecting a Legend Celebi at some point. Like, I could have seen a Legend Celebi also, but Celebi has gotten a lot of attention. Especially like Heart Gold and Soul Silver, and then Crystal having the original Celebi event in it. You know, I probably should have just named my Baltoy Chaozu, to be honest. I feel like that is a very apt nickname for him. See, I'm actually playing right now on this device called the Game Boy Operator, which I absolutely love. It lets me play on all my old original cartridges. And then I can backup saves onto my PC, which essentially gives me as many save states for those games as I like. Or if like the battery dies on like the older games, I can go back and get them. But with a couple programs, I can actually transfer all that save data from my old cartridges onto the 3DS Virtual Console versions of the game. Also, which was just fantastic. And then that way I could also play on my 3DS and then transfer them onto my physical cartridge and then use my physical cartridge in my N64 and get the event Pokemon from the N64's Pokemon Stadium or Stadium 2 games. Or teach my Pikachu Surf from it. and then move the save data back onto the 3DS cartridge. I know, they sell these things for like $40, and it's well worth it. It'll play any Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance game out there. It even has a software that's supposed to detect fakes. And it will even let you upload it'll let you recode some of the game. You can recode the games essentially. I did play the trading card game when I was younger. Not so much anymore, but I still collect the cards on occasion. I'll go out and I'll get some, and I'll play with my son here.
Which is Pokemon?
Pokemon cards, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You still need to help me make a new deck.
You don't learn if I just make the deck for you, and that's what you want me to do.
No, I need you to show like how much energies I need and how much Pokemon I should have. Items.
I mean, I've given you those rough numbers. And I've tried to help you with it before.
Yeah.
Yep. I can give you like tips and tricks.
I would love those. Wait, is there a double battle mode for Pokemon?
Huh?
Is there a double battle mode for Pokemon?
In the video games?
No.
Oh, in the card games? No. They're not really designed for that.
I see why. I can totally see why.
Oh, nice. Do you sell any cards over, what's it called? Whatnot? Yeah, Whatnot. Because actually I get a lot of my, like, the actual, like, cartridge games that I get from them. Because I've checked into it, and it seems like they're very trustworthy on who sells over them and everything.
So what's Whatnot?
It's an auction site for stuff.
Is?
Yeah.
Is that like, can you get Pokemon games off of it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
But because it's a creator's auction site, it can get expensive. But sometimes you can get games for cheaper, but a lot of times you get them for more expensive also.
Well, yeah, because it's an auction. And the prices just keep on going up.
Yeah, and as time goes on, the Pokemon games are one of those games that the value just keeps increasing.
Mm-hmm. Every single day?
I don't know, I don't check the price value of them every day, Leon.
And did you do the... Like, somebody followed you just told me.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure you actually mentioned
Yeah, I'm paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't ignore my chat. Oh yeah, like especially if you're looking into like the sealed packaging for are the sealed game cartridges
How
of these
much money
games.
is
That's 60 pounds.
Huh?
I don't really know what the conversion is directly for dollars to pounds. I think there's like more pounds to a dollar. Or no, there's less pounds to a dollar or something. Yeah, I know like yeah, I'm not really sure what the conversion is. I know like it takes less pounds to make a dollar.
$75 is a bunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say Crystal's up around $80 or something last I checked, I think. And then if you start looking to like the still packaged copies, those can go for like a few $100, and if they're graded, they can go for like over $1,000.
Huh? Oh wow, you even mentioned it.
Yeah, if you
That's
hit,
your birthday. For the stream.
yeah.
That's so funny. Does it mean it's live all around the world?
Huh?
Does this mean it's live all around the world?
It's live on Twitch. Anyone who can access Twitch can watch it.
I think Japan can.
Your card shop sells the video games? Or do you mean like sealed packages of old sets, or...
I really want a first edition.
Because I don't keep track of those too much.
I really want a first edition card though. Because I have like copies.
Yeah, all those can get fairly expensive. Yeah, I actually have like one of the most complete, like, full sets of Pokemon games. I have most of the side games even. Not all, but most.
Like Pokemon Stadium
Yeah.
and Hey You Pikachu
Yep.
and Pokemon Snap
Yeah.
and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon
Yeah, I have most of the mystery
and
dungeons.
Fire Red Leaf Green.
Well, that's a mainstream game.
Huh?
Those are mainstream games. Fire Red Leaf Green. Remakes are considered mainstream Pokemon games. Side games are any of the games that don't match the typical Pokemon formula.
Oh. Do you think they'll ever make a remake for Gen 8?
Gen 8?
Mm-hmm.
It's possible, but it'd probably be quite a few years from now.
Well, I know, but it's been 3 years since they made the game.
So, 3 years is not a lot of time in Pokemon years.
Yeah, I think I know. Because I've been playing this game for 2 hours. and
Yeah, I did
something
too.
minutes.
Like, I enjoyed a lot of the Pokemon games for what they were. Like, I know some of the people, as they've gotten older, have been real critical on Pokemon for things like graphics and
Aw.
everything. It's... Me, I'm kind of like, I still enjoy them for what they are, and it's kind of like, well, if you wanted something, you know, different,
Aw.
don't be looking at a Pokemon game. Like, they are trying to change and evolve, and they're trying new things every generation. It's not always, you know, a successful change. You know, it's a learning process. They're making games that they're making the games and developing them in ways they have never done before. So, like, they're working on them. They're trying to make them better. We should appreciate that. And honestly, usually in games, I care a lot more about, like, the story and stuff in games anyway. Like, the stories in the Pokemon games have gotten so much, like, better and full than they used to be.
Why do you keep on saying A?
Oh yeah, the crafting in Legends Arceus was just fabulous. I loved everything about it. In Legends Arceus, you had to
How did
craft
we get
items.
to Legends Arceus?
When we get to the Switch.
I said, how did we get to Legends Arceus? From old games to newer games?
Well, he was saying that he liked... You mentioned a remake of Gen 8.
Oh, well, yeah.
He said he actually enjoyed Shield.
I did too. It was fun.
I was saying I like those games for what they are, and I don't think they deserved as much criticism as they got. Like, yeah, there were mistakes in it and stuff like that, but
Very bad mistakes.
the Pokemon Company has been pushing and changing things and trying new things consistently every game. And getting better at it consistently.
Actually, maybe Shield was made in 2000.
But yeah, I'm glad we're actually getting like another Legends game. And I feel like it's a...
Wait, another Legends game?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Legends Arceus A to Z?
No, it's not Legends Arceus. It's Legends Z to A.
Oh. You mean that futuristic one?
I don't know if it's necessarily futuristic.
I mean, they did show it on the preview thing. Like,
Yeah,
being
but they didn't show any
futuristic.
actual gameplay for it.
I know. But I'm just saying it could be futuristic.
I mean, honestly, I actually really liked Let's Go. Like, I think there could have been changes for it, but I like the art style of
No.
Let's Go.
I like Let's Go. Let's go.
Like, I love the art style. I love the fact that, you know, you had the Pokemon in the overworld. BDSP was like, well, this is an exact replica of the old games. But my biggest gripe with it was I did not like the chibi art style for it. Like, actually, in Pokemon battles, it looked great.
Eh.
Like, when you're actually in the Pokemon battles and
No,
Diamond Shining Pearl.
Oh! Is that what that says?
BDSP is Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl.
Oh! Wait, do I have Shining Pearl? I think I might have Shining Pearl. I'm gonna go check.
Like, I feel like they could have done it to where, and I think they could, I'd like it if they incorporate it into most games where, like, when you selected ball, it switched to that kind of capture screen.
I do have Shining
And
Pearl.
battling them would allow you to weaken them and make them easier to catch and stuff like that. Like, I would have liked that in almost any Pokemon game.
So do you think
Because the catching system was great in Let's Go.
do you think we could hold on to this?
No.
Because I really don't
No.
want to lose it.
It's your job to take care of your
No.
stuff.
I mean, I've already lost a bunch of games. Especially the Gen 1 games. I can't believe it's still in perfect condition.
It's because you never actually played it.
But yeah, that's why it's in perfect condition. I mean, there is some games that I did rough.
Right, like, I didn't necessarily like the catch the same Pokemon like 20 something times necessarily. I felt like it would have been better if they integrated a bit of like Pokemon Snap to it, where you had to take pictures of Pokemon performing like certain like actions in the wild. Welcome to the Salty Spittoon. How tough are ya? I watched all of Bye Bye Butterfree. Oh, without crying. You know, and honestly, I really liked the, they actually had a Bye Bye Butterfree Pokemon card. That was just the scene of, like, a trainer releasing their Butterfree and it flying off with a partner, like, to a pack of other Butterfree. Even though you couldn't really make out the figure of the trainer or whatever.
First.
It was like, yeah, that's what this is. This is a reference to,
First,
Bye Bye
Shiny
Butterfree.
Pearl.
Yeah, you don't need to show them off all of the game. You got
Oh, I'm not showing everything. I'm only showing them the Pokemon games.
They know what the boxes look like.
Well, I need to show them what the games I have.
No, you don't.
Yes, I did.
No, you don't.
Yes, I did.
But yeah, if they mix just like a little bit of elements of like Pokemon Snap into Legends, so it wasn't just, you know, always grinding like just by catching Pokemon, but it was like, you know, take pictures of them performing certain actions in the wild or something like that. Leon, stop.
I'm not showing them anything.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Stop.
Um,
I told you not to do it, Leon. I can see you in the camera. But yeah, I think that would work like fantastic for that though. It's like, you know, make notes of them performing such and such action in the wild to help fill in like Pokedex information. That makes sense as, you know, you're researching Pokemon to fill in the Pokedex. Ooh. I didn't have friends. So like the only time I really got to play the TCG was like when they released the cartridge copy of the TCG so I could play against computer players. Though I remember at those ages, a lot of times playing card games was more like season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh, where you kind of just like made up the rules as you went, and you didn't follow any of the actual like card game rules. I only really knew how to play like the actual TCG because of the TCG Game Boy Color game. But of course, I like the episode Bob's Burgers did of that, where it's kind of like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon mix cards, where the card game was called like Borobu, and they were like all different kind of like slug monsters. And the adults were using it as a drinking game. Yours has the lowest HP, you gotta drink. From the cards he confiscated off the kids who brought them into school. Oh. Right, R2-D2, out of my way. I need to get to my water bottles, and you're sitting where you shouldn't. I remember when I first started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I followed the rules based off of the season 1 anime and not the actual, like, book. I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't a way to summon, like, infinite Karibos. And now, Kaiba, I banish you to the Shadow Realms. Like, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! For a while, and I think when about the time where they went to, like, a school for a children's card game, I lost interest in it for a while. And I think I came back around the time that they started riding on motorcycles. And it wasn't because they were riding on motorcycles. I was just getting kind of back into it a little bit to play a card game with my friends. Because most of them weren't into Magic. Isn't it convenient that we can chat like this at a long distance? Before I wanted to speak with anyone, I had to have my father drive me. I should get going now. I'm glad we had this chat. Though I do remember that, like, for a while they actually had, like, a video game that was kind of like for Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds that was actually you riding around on the motorcycle. Summoning stuff. But honestly, one of the things I love most about Pokemon was I always loved when I could have like a friend over and we could sit there and just play the Pokemon game side by side, which is part of the reason why I stream it, because I get a bit of that nostalgia of, you know, we're playing alongside friends and sharing games that we love and everything. And it makes it feel like you're not traveling on this Pokemon journey all by yourself. Like I love that with the newer Pokemon games, they added in that whole function to where you could play the same Pokemon game and have your friends in your game running around with you. One thing I would like to see kind of like implemented into the video games is you can like where you could like maybe choose like a class that would give you different bonuses and you can level up that class, kind of like if you went with like breeder, you could get like higher odds of breeding Pokemon with better stats or something. Or like if you chose trainer, you could move tutor your own Pokemon and or like if you wanted to be a contest star, you didn't have to go to all the gyms to progress in the game. You just had to beat like contests. So you could essentially choose how you wanted to play the Pokemon games. That'd be one thing I'd love to see implemented just in the Pokemon games going forward. Yeah, a coordinator. So you could choose, well, I don't want to be a Pokemon trainer. I don't want to battle the Elite Four. So if you decide to be a coordinator, you didn't have to battle at all the gyms to progress in the game. Because I sat down and thought about it, and I'm like, why do they put so much emphasis on the fact that there are contests? And pretty much every region had them for a while, even if they weren't in the actual games. But then you're required to still battle and go to the gyms to progress in the game. Like, what if you just wanted to do that? But I mean, I guess that's part of why there is a Pokemon tabletop RPG game. Which I kind of want to do a campaign for at some point. I think it'd be great just to have that varied playing experience where not everyone had to be the same thing or go for the same goals. Which they've kind of started to do that a little with this last Pokemon game, Scarlet and Violet. Where you could be like, well, I want to go fight the Titan Pokemon. Or I just want to go up against Team Star and be like a defender of justice. So, like, there were different paths you could pursue, and your travel through the region wasn't necessarily hindered by how many badges you had. Yes, Kit, we all know you'd be an Aura Guardian. I wish they kind of like kept the idea of, you know, sneaking up on Pokemon and trying to catch them by throwing balls at them and taking them by surprise first, rather than actually just like straight out battling them and stuff. Like if you went with the Aura Guardian class, you could learn certain Pokemon moves or something. And if you ran out of Pokemon, as long as you were still fine, you could like fight back or defend yourself so you wouldn't white out if all your Pokemon fainted. Like, it's one of the things I love about Pokemon. It's like, there's so much potential there to make a better, grander game out of it. Without having to try to make it more adult. But, you know, sometimes you forget that you're in a world with spiders, like, the size of Shelob running around. Or that some of these Pokemon are like little gods who can, like, control the weather, time, and space. So that's one big reason why I actually like, you know, Legends Arceus, because it makes you realize just what kind of a grand scale some of these Pokemon are working on. Like, when you get Arceus at the end of Legends Arceus, he is a little god. He goes, "For beating me, I will give you a piece of myself." And so the Arceus that you get isn't the actual Arceus. It's just a fragment of Arceus's power. Like an avatar of Arceus. It's not Arceus himself. Which is kind of how I started to view legendary Pokemon, like, which is kind of how I viewed legendary Pokemon almost all together. Alright, I'm ready to start training the next batch of Pokemon. Through this, I don't think I've ran into any shinies doing this Master Dex quest so far, because I've only been on Gen 2 and 3 that actually has shinies. So I only have, you know, the shiny Gyarados that you get from the Lake of Rage. But, like, all together on Pokemon in general, ton of shinies. I mean, like, the actual class for that kit would probably be, like, the Knickerbocker kid from, that one episode of Pokemon. Yes, and he changed into its outfit. Alright, number 37. So right there. What else do I need to train up some levels here? You. 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 I'll wait till I catch an actual one a couple levels higher from this game. Need to train you. And then you. And I also have to get this Baltoy. This Duskull. You know, I've always really liked the look of Absol. But I don't think I've ever actually used one, and I kind of really wanted to. I just never had. Those two I'll probably wait until later on in the game when I can actually catch them. But it's weird, I didn't already have a Makuhita. Like, I was certain I could get it in the game sooner. But both the ones I have are from Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. Like, and they could just set it up so, like, the classes don't really do anything in, like, actual, like, competitive play or anything. It would be a fun way to change up, you know, standard gameplay. Get rid of Sand Attack, easy. Oh wait, I need Rock Smash, not Cut. Well, let's go ahead and give it to Nedra. Yeah, you could do something like that where they have like bonuses for using Pokemon of the same, of like a specific type or something. And like I said, that actually is like in the tabletop game, I believe. Well, technically not just Chandler. Yeah, Chandler would probably be like the main ghost type user, because I was gonna say I believe like you could also do that for like the psychic technically, because psychics usually have a connection to like the spirit world and stuff like that also. Yeah, Hexmaniac's a good one too. But really, you could probably make like the Hexmaniac like a dark type specialist. And the Chandler, the ghost type specialist. And of course, you know, fighting types would be pretty easy too. They just have like the black belt. I think what they do in the tabletop RPG is like they have a, to be honest, I'd probably be like lad or lass. Or even Beauty, because that would match like Whitney. And the type of trainers in like her gym. But I think what the actual like Pokemon tabletop RPG does is like trainers that specialize in like a specific type is a advanced class. of like the standard trainer class or something. I think they had like a capture specialist class, which increased the odds of which had increased catch rates with their Pokeballs that they used. And they could do things like use curveball and stuff like that to increase those odds. Like I saw someone playing as one, and they had so many buffs that throwing a regular Pokeball was almost like throwing an Ultra Ball. There was a group I was watching for a long time. I was watching them play the Pokemon tabletop RPG system. And I didn't get to finish. I need to go back and actually like finish watching that. Because there's been more episodes since I stopped watching. I was all caught up on it. Even though the story was getting a little convoluted by that time. I'll run up here and heal real quick because I'm poisoned. And then, you know, of course, there's the doctor classes that can, like, heal or make potions and stuff like that. Again, like I said, I just go with like ladder last probably for normal types. Though, of course, I feel like Larry is definitely like the poster person for normal types. Ah, darn, this thing has bite. Really? Well, honestly, I do like a lot of normal types. Like, honestly, I used Milk Tank for the first time on, like, a Nuzlocke a while back, and I absolutely fell in love with Milk Tank. Anyway, it's getting to about that time, so I am going to take a quick little bio break here. And I'm going to end the recording and then restart it. So for those of you watching the recording, thank you all for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time on the next episode of the Nat1Fox with Phoenix Firestar. Until then, thank you and good night. As for those of you watching the stream, I will be back shortly.